is Ariana, and I'm 20 years old. I'm in nursing school, and I love fitness, nursing, lifestyle, skincare, all that other good stuff. But let's get into today's video. Skincare, all that other good stuff. But let's get into today's video. So today I kind of wanted to do like a video talking about like how I go through nursing school and how I kind of just, do things to help me like with tests, just like my course load, just for being organized and just overall kind of like the things like I kind of went through while I was in school because we're all nursing students or going to be, and it's scary, so why not share my experience to help others? So, something first I wanted to start off with is grades because in nursing school, like they'd be like, okay, you have to have good grades for this to even get in as well. And everybody wants to have good grades. Nobody wants to be failing at all. So, put a picture of everything like along within the video because I'm using like my iPad to look off of, and I'll show you guys some things. But I used GoodNotes, Quizlet, and Google Calendar, also YouTube videos as well, and games. Oh, and I use, yeah, that's all I use so far as like grade wise to help with like things. So like GoodNotes, it's really good. You have to pay for it like a yearly subscription. I think it's like $12, but it's really worth it because you can make as many notebooks and like folders as you want, and like just so far as like organizing all like your notes and information, it's very easy to just transport it. I have all Apple products, so it's very easy to like download, transport to like my iPad, through my phone, all that other good stuff. So yeah, that's something I use. Quizlet, everybody knows Quizlet. It's really good to just use like when you need help like on your quizzes and you can't find answers for it. That's really good for that. If you use their premium version, they have like the practice tests, like the flashcards, like the learning mode, like the matching mode, I believe. But yeah, even like the regular version you can still use. It just is limited. But yeah, I used that a lot in the beginning, and then I ended up transitioning over to like paper flashcards, or oh, I just forgot to say ChatGPT. I use ChatGPT as well. I know it's really controversial, everybody be thinking because of nursing school, but I use that as well. So like I'll download like my teacher's presentation and then use that. Like I'll download the presentation, put it in ChatGPT, and then I'll have it like simplify the information for me because it'd be so dense sometimes. I can't always just straightforward like understand it. So then I'll go through like the lecture material and then I'll make my own notes, if that makes sense. I kind of like use them hand in hand, and also just like my other books and stuff, and Google as well, just to help with things. Um, what other platform that I say I use? Google Calendar. I use Google Calendar and Apple Calendar as well. I use Google Calendar specifically to put my assignments on, because it highlights it a different color because you only get so many tabs on your calendar. So I use that one mainly just to put my homework assignments and everything, and then I use my Apple Calendar for like my personal use plus school. So like that just like lists my classes and everything and my other things to keep organized. But having a calendar, or as I like to say, don't fall, a planner is so important within school because it's so much going on. You have to stay organized. I don't know what I would do without my Apple Calendar or a written calendar because there's been many instances where I thought I had something written down. I asked my friend, and she'd be like, "Oh no, we actually do have something due like today." So yeah, keeping organized with all your stuff is so important with grades because you never know how like lenient or how nice your teacher may be. Just like if you miss something in general, and it's just good to keep up like on your own like coursework and homework in general because that allows for free time. Like if you have good time management skills, you should be able to follow through with most like assignments and like tests and grades. Not saying it's not going to be hard, but it makes the process a lot easier with dividing up your time because then you'll have more time to study. But yeah, so those are some things I use like grade wise to help me insight for things I feel. But yeah, those are some things like I did as well. Also, just scheduling appointments with your professor if it's like on test or so where you felt like, oh, you knew what you were doing, but you ended up getting more wrong. That's good as well. Like utilizing your teachers is just overall important with your grades because they're the one teaching the class, so they're gonna know best. So why not get your information from them if your teachers are more than willing to offer it? Because I most certainly did, and it definitely paid off. And just the pre-service for grades, like all the things I'm telling you guys, I do have all A's. I do have like a 3.8 GPA, and that's not to brag or anything, but that's just to show like all the things that I did so far as like hard work. It paid off. Kudos to me. But yeah, so later portion. But yeah, also, I use, as I mentioned before, I do use paper flashcards. You can also get these on Amazon. Yeah, I'm gonna put like my Amazon link and stuff so you guys can look at those things if I figure out how to do that. Then also something else that I do use are the Level Up RN flashcards. I have like the pharmacology ones, the fundamental ones, and the med-surg ones, and I forgot what other ones. But yeah, flashcards in general, I think by like certain nursing brands are really good. I have another book. I have to grab it. The type of information that they have. Hold on, so I can remember. But like that's an example. And yeah, and if you look on like their YouTube channel, when they talk about stuff, because they have a YouTube channel as well, they use the flashcards and it correlates, and it's really good when they explain things. Like even my teachers use like the Level Up RN video, the rest of my nursing school stuff, but it's by the brand called like Nurse in the Making or whatever. I follow the lady on Instagram and I love all her stuff, but her flashcards are really good as well, and she has this nursing school like guidebook. Swear by it. Let me tell you, it has like mnemonics, it has like worksheets in the inside. Great. I'm gonna put the link below as well. Get that as well. I'm telling you guys, all the things great. What else? I think that's all. Like, and then of course, like buy the textbooks and stuff as well that like your school provides if you feel like you need them. Like, of course, the main ones, buy them, but also ask your friends around what you may or may not think you need. Because some of them I did not buy. Cause like my friend, like grade above me, like my best friend, she would send them to me, or I would just evaluate the class and be like, oh, I'm not gonna use that. So yeah, make sure you think about those, cause they be like, pull up page so and so, and you don't got the textbook, and then you're gonna be looking silly. So yeah, them. I'm gonna just cuss, and I didn't mean to. Those websites do charge you, and you'd be like, how am I gonna pay $5.99 per assessment when you can just use ChatGPT and make them for free? Like, I'll be like, oh, I'll insert like the slideshow that I need for like my class. Say for instance is respiratory like slideshow. I'd be like, okay, for this slideshow, can you make me an like medium level exam, include like select all that apply, multiple choice, true or false, and like match it. And it'll just break down. I'd like also include like the answer key at the bottom. So then I'll take those exams and I'll remake them like easy, medium, and hard until like I feel like I'm getting the information. And the stuff that I do get stuck on or get wrong, I go find it like within my book or like the study guide materials and see where I went wrong. Or you can, when you're making like the prompt, you can also be like, for the answers, don't just put like the letter. Break it down on why it is wrong and how it would be correct as well. That's really good. For the study guides in general and making them, I have it break down. We're gonna just still use respiratory. I'll be like, make me a respiratory study guide in detail, breaking down, like including like prefixes, suffixes, uh, like the keywords, because knowing keywords, a lot of time they use those in the exams, and then that way you could be like, oh yeah, I do remember this was included on this. So yeah, like I'll be like keywords, like side effects for things, like disease process. Like I'll be like so far thinking disease process wise instead of just kind of like the right and wrong answer of things. What else? Just kind of like overall breaking down the study guide really into detail, medication review, just all those things, and then I'll go do my own notes, like I said beforehand. Because if you start with really detail and then you do your own thinking, you combine them, it'll really get the thinking process going. I promise you, it really does work. And I've even helped others within my class, and it does pay off. Also, relying on your classmates. I'm not saying be buddy buddy with everybody, but definitely relying on your classmates. I rely on my best friend who's also in the program with me as well. And just sometimes bouncing, like what we do is before our exams, we'll bounce ideas off each other. Like we'll both bring out our own study guides because, of course, everybody thinks differently and makes things like, their own way. So we'll ask each other stuff about the study guides, be like, okay, and it ends up helping us because somebody may be thinking a different way and it could be right or wrong. And then that's how we correct each other. And it just allows for more information and just a different thinking process as well. And I can't even tell you how many times where I thought I had something right and it was wrong, and my best friend had it, and we went and took the exam, and what she had on her study guide was on the exam, and vice versa. So it really does help using your classmates. Just even like we don't study all together, but we definitely bounce each other's ideas off each other before the exam, because we do prefer to study by ourselves. And like doing study groups with your classmates, going to the library, getting the whiteboards, and like doing the teach back method is really good as well. Just overall exchanging ideas, because that's just going to be nursing overall. Your idea is not always going to be the only idea within the room. So relying on the people around you is also really important. But yeah, what else? I'm trying to think of what other important nursing things that I should talk about. Um, just so far is building like a network and opportunities within nursing. I would say do that. Any type of like opportunities they send out within your school for like your nursing program, like do it. Or like if you work in a hospital, do those things. Um, it's really not what you know, it's who you know. I mean, it really is what you know, because like you're gonna be the person doing the care and all that other stuff, but network, that is how you make opportunities endless for yourself. And through nursing school, it's so important because there's going to come times where you need like a good job or good opportunities to help better your education. Because at some point you got to graduate and collect, get that RN job, make that money. So yeah, I would say just utilize LinkedIn. I'm starting to utilize it and get mine together just because I do graduate in 2028 and it is currently 2026. But yeah, so I still have a bit time away, but just overall networking right now is just really good to do, and I'm starting to see the importance of it because that is how you come upon opportunities and even jobs, because based upon how you do your LinkedIn and like your degree and all the other stuff, it'll populate jobs or different places and everything. So yeah, I would say do that. And most importantly, take care of your mental health while you are in school. Easier said than done because you can't always put that first. Like you gotta be like, I gotta take this exam, I gotta do this, I gotta get up for work, X, Y, and Z, whatever. But take care of your mental health because it is hard. You gotta want it, and you gotta give 110% all the time, because that's when you give 110% all the time. There will be times when you have to take an exam where you can be like, all right, I can lay low. I don't got to do that much because I didn't give 110% this other time, so my other grades gonna, outweigh that. Don't think like that though, because you may get slipped up on the exam, but it's good to kind of have that in the back of your mind, like, hey, I got this. So yeah, prioritizing your mental health. School, they say yes, do it. Make it your first priority and everything. But at the end of the day, you gotta prioritize self because you can't show up for school if you're not even showing up for yourself. So yeah, like take those breaks. You can't study hours on end. You know, go get you some ice cream, go on a little walk, do a little self care, take a bath, whatever your form of self care is, do that. Because you don't want to get so overwhelmed to where you burn out and then you don't even want to do it ever again. Utilizing your school's mental health services is also really important. Relying on your support system around you as well, super important. It's so hard to be like, hey, I need help, or hey, I'm feeling down, or X, Y, and Z. But utilizing those resources to take care of yourself is super important. I'm also going to put some things, in the caption and stuff for mental health services as well. But definitely prioritize that. Life can be a lot, and you just don't want to have to feel down all the time. But yeah, go out with your friends, go do all those fun things. If you prioritize your time, you can also make a lot more time to prioritize your mental health and just overall self too. But yeah, I'm trying to think of what else is important to just talk about within nursing school. Oh, lab. Like for your labs and stuff, if they have open lab, go to those. You may think you got it down in class, but if you fail, like your checkoffs or so, You rather know, hey, I went and did this practice time. So like, you know, how do I even think of it? Like, hey, I went to go practice, I failed, but I still showed up and made time. Instead of, hey, I failed, but I ain't even try to go practice any extra time. I just kind of like, okay, I got it. Don't think like that. I went to open lab every single checkoff that I've had, and it has paid off because the more you practice, the better you get at it. Practice makes perfect. But yeah, so utilize those. Utilize your teachers in lab because while you're in person, you have them to correct you. You have them to be able to walk you through. When they do those lessons, ask them, hey, can I pull out my phone and record you doing a demonstration of everything? Utilizing your classmates, seeing what they're doing, maybe if you keep messing up, and vice versa. Like I said, lean on your peers. That's gonna be your biggest thing to be able to help you. But yeah. I just wanted to make this video today really to just highlight some important things within this school that have helped me succeed overall and that I'm going to continue to use so then that I can do better. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope everybody really.
You got a 2-day trial before I take back my time and make you pay. 30-day trial before I made my mind.